Bigme is one of those companies that just simply releases too many things. And a big problem with the line is that they don't have any distinction as to what is meant for the North American market and what is not. This is the J.D. Reed Collaboration S2, and we're going to tell you why you shouldn't buy this one. Not only is this the same as the S6, which is 7.8, except looks like one of their Goyue units, which is a sub-brand of theirs, this one doesn't have any English, and it doesn't really work outside of China. Shy away from this video now if you wish, but if you do happen to come across one of these or purchase one of these by mistake, we just want to let you know there's better Bigmes out there, and we'll explain why. Because this is a collaboration with JD, that does not mean that it is a Chinese-only unit. Earlier, we reviewed the Bigme Reed, which is a 6-inch unit, which was meant for the North American crowd as well, the international crowd. This one is not. Now, let's take a look at the build of the unit. It looks really nice. The back uses this kind of matte, absolutely no fingerprinting backing. It's kind of cheap, but it is nice feel, and it does look good. You also get a camera on the side there. And what I appreciate about this is that there's no bump. It's completely flush with a nice glass lens over it with a flash package, so that's really cool. Bigme devices are traditionally fully loaded, so you get the pogo pins over there, which is strange because the pen they give you doesn't have the pogo pins, and we'll show that in a second. You also get the pogo pins over here for peripheral cases. You get USB-C, you get 2 microphones, I believe you get an SD card. Do you get an SD card? There it is, yeah. You get an SD card right there, you have audio, and you have a power button with a fingerprint unlock. This thing is loaded to the teeth. There's nothing they missed except for a few things. One of which is this, the pen. You don't get this one. In the box, you don't actually get the Bigme A3 pen. This thing's really cool because this one has a laser pointer on it. You can do voice dictation. You can do page turns via just the communication between the device itself. You can turn pages and stuff like that. And yes, if you have this pen, it will work and it will charge. You don't need to charge this pen to use it. You do need to charge this pen if you want to use the features, the laser pointer, the dictation, but the EMR is just the top kind of third. You can use it no problem on this unit. That's not an issue. The issue lies with the fact that you don't get that pen. You get the iFlytek pen. This is a vanilla pen with an eraser at the back, a button on the side, and that's it. There's nothing else you get with this pen that does anything, and it doesn't even snap to the side. So that's a huge downfall, is that a lot of the reasons you would go with this is just squashed because you can't really properly communicate a lot of the features, both physically and digitally, with the unit. Outside of that, there's no English either, and we're not trying to trash on this unit. It's just that this is a redundant release, number one. Number two, it doesn't work outside of China because you need to be logged into a account that seemingly you can't get into without a mainline Chinese phone number. And number three, it's convoluted because there's the S6, which is far better than this and works internationally. You get all the same settings, and you can use your phone via Google Lens or any other augmented reality to translate. However, it's an extra step, it's an added step for really nothing to gain. This is more of a learning device, kind of like the B2, the larger one. This one has AI integrated applications. It has ChatGPT, so you can ask it questions and stuff like that, but so do the regular line of units. This one has a ton of study-related approach applications like note-taking, checklists, online accesses to your educational standing. This one has AI forming solutions. This is meant to rival the S6 in that this is meant for schools, not business/leisure. So really, there's nothing you can do, because anytime you try to click on stuff, it says log in, log in, log in, and for the most part, it doesn't really work. You can't really do anything. You can still take notes. If you finally do log in, you get someone to send you a one-time passcode, an OTP, one-time passcode. through their cell phone and give you the ability to finally get into this, and you can perhaps email Bigme to get a login and password. But you're going to find yourself in a world of trouble if you don't read, speak, and understand Chinese or live in China to some degree. So we're just trying to put it out there that they have a lot of units in their lineup. The B1, the B1 Pro, the color devices, the Ink Note, the S6, the S2, the B2, they have a lot of overlap of their units. So if you do come across this unit in particular, which is labeled the Bigme, it looks exactly like this. So if you find this on eBay, or if you find this on a third-party market or something like that, and you're thinking of grabbing one, do not buy the S2. And we'll have links below for the S6, which is the one with Google Play, which this also doesn't have, and it has all the same solutions like ChatGPT, and you get the better pen on the S6 as well. Unfortunately, with the S2, you're just left a little bit stranded. So we hope you haven't fallen into one of these. This isn't a trick or a trap by Bigme. This was a conscious approach to making an educational solution device. It's just that it doesn't work with basically our audience. It doesn't work with anything to do with an international crowd wanting to utilize their units for media, take notes in color. Although this does have Kaleido color on it, and it does have a speaker, you can't harness any of it because there's just no way to view anything. I mean, there's not even Google Play. You'd have to sideload in your own apps, and even then, it's not a surefire 100% functionality from there. So I hope this sheds some light on the S2. It's not a bad thing that this exists, but it came across the desk. It's from a major manufacturer. They sent us a sample. We're just bringing awareness that if you have an S2 or thinking about buying an S2, buy the S6 instead.